So your dad was just out there slinging dick.
Next question.
Is your dad in a polycule?
Next time, give it loud for everybody for Anthony Eugenio. We're up next time. Very funny. Wayne Russell, everybody.
Welcome to the Open Mic Pain with Anthony and Wayne podcast.
So it's been a couple weeks.
Been a couple weeks.
Yeah, we had with some illness. I should probably close my window. Could you hear that car going by?
No, I can't.
No, good.
Right.
Yeah, so had some illness. Me and Anthony have been pretty busy with just some random shows on random days. You as well. You've had a bunch of shit going on, so.
I just looked at my schedule for this next week, and I'm booked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Shit, look at that.
Which, hey, you'd love to get booked. I'm not going to complain about that, but we're doing Friday together, right? You're on the Wicked Funny?
I'm not.
You're not? Oh, no, you're the week after me, right?
2 weeks after, yeah.
Fuck.
I'm on the 17th, yeah.
Never mind. Well, anyways, go check out Wicked Funny.
I might try to go check that out, because it's you and, I think, Justin, right?
Justin. I knew somebody in the... that we knew well was there. And I think Ethan's there, so we'll see how Ethan does.
Yeah, I'm with Ethan tomorrow, actually. I'm at Trombley Gardens.
Nice.
With Ken the Viper Rogerson.
Yep.
And I just found out Ethan Prince is going to be there. I worked with him last Saturday at Tupelo. He did a 7-minute set to open up the show, and he did fucking incredible. The kid's a monster.
I know. It's like, not bothers me. I'm so happy for him, but it's just like, I'm the ride home from after seeing him. I'll be like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what do I need to do better? Like,
it's in the genes. He's the Sidney Sweeney of Boston comedy. It's in the genes. He's got good genes.
I know. Hey, it helps. But I can't. Yeah. I would do the same thing if I were him. I'd be starting early, writing. It's good stuff.
Yep.
I'm just getting to the point now. 2 nights ago, I did Goofs, Duck Duck Goofs in Somerville, and I had a great set. It was only like 4 minutes, but it was really tight, really quick, just like moving on, joke, and I had the jokes memorized. I didn't need to look, and I'm like, all right, this is what I'm doing at Wicked Funny. I'm gonna play with it a little to get an extra minute, but like I finally hit the point because I've been stressing, just like, what am I gonna figure? Like, what jokes am I doing? So excited to finally be there.
Little advice, and this came from someone who may or may not be somewhat
may or may not be Mike Atrobus.
Mike Atrobus. He told me, with these contests, you're better off doing a badass killer 4 than doing 5 minutes and 31 seconds. So he's like, if you're planning on going to 5 minutes and you're practicing for 5 minutes, well, what happens if you get laughs? More laughs than you think, right? And then you're waiting, and all of a sudden you're creeping up. He's like, try to stick around that 4.5 minute. If you come in a little under, 4 minutes is fine, but at least you give yourself a minute window to not get penalized for going over.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. Where I'm like, all right, I think it was like 4:06, like 4 and change, and I was like, all right, I have 4 that I'm really happy with. I'm gonna have a minute of others, like tangents or other tags or whatever that I can use, but I would be happy walking off with a good 4, walking off the stage, but if I do 5. And that's even at the mic. I was like, I got a good laugh at 4 minutes, and I was like, fuck it, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna. I've done this enough times where I tried to sneak one more joke in and just ate shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why did I not leave?
Yep, a good example of that. So last week, I was at Giggles with Jacques, Mike Trobus, Christine Hurley doing a fundraiser for Eddie's Ranch, a dog rescue. And I had 15 minutes. It was oversold. It was 140 seats. They sold 148 tickets. Absolutely incredible. I came in at 14 minutes, 45 seconds. So perfect. Right on where I needed to be.
Perfect.
15 minutes, boom, good to go. 2 nights later, same exact set. At Tupelo Music Hall, I was told there was 200 there, but I was kind of like counting the tables and like the heads. I'm like, this closer to 300. Same exact set. I came in at 15:30. So
It adds
difference
up.
being
Like all
there
those
was-
small jokes and shit, or like small laughs, like an extra 3 seconds on every laugh, really adds up.
and laughter kind of like goes back. It's almost like a wave, goes back, comes forward, right? So,
Yeah.
the more people you have, it just kind of rolls back, and you have to wait for it to kind of die off a little bit so you can talk with people being able to understand you.
Yeah. Is there anything better than that moment though, when like you get a bigger laugh than you thought, and you're just like sitting? You're like, I know I get another punchline coming, and you're just like sitting there holding the mic, waiting for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's. I heard Bill Burr talking about it the other day, and I was like, man, when you get in that rhythm, it's nothing better.
Something I've really been working on, like consciously working on, and part of the reason being at Giggles, Jacques hired a guy to record it professionally, right? So I have really good video from two
Awesome.
different angles. I actually have good video from 3 different angles. I have one on the left side backed out so you can see the audience and then the stage. That's from Jacques' cell phone. But then the guy had the 2 cameras, one directly head on, close up, so it's just the stage and me. And you can see like the guy in the front, and then the left side zoomed in, so just the stage and me with the audience from that side. But that was one of the coolest things ever. I got to give Jacques props on that. He foresaw that it was going to be an awesome show. I had 15 minutes of where everything I wanted to worked. But anyways, so because of that whole process, and I knew that was coming up, I don't know, have you ever heard of, I think we might have talked about him on here, William Goulet, I think his name is.
Yep.
Yep. So he, basically, for those, if you don't know, he will watch your stand-up, and he will critique it, and he'll tell you, like, hey, stop death gripping the mic, or don't put, when you should be able to put the mic stand behind you without looking at it, which I agree with and disagree with on certain times, because different stages or different sizes and all that shit. But
I had a comic at one of the open mics I host do that, wasn't looking, dropped it right off the side of the stage. And I was like, I don't care if you look, dude. I really just make it quick. I don't care if you look, but the fact that you didn't look and then just like,
yeah,
they ruined their own set. They fucked themselves.
Right. But so I kept that in mind, and like some of the things he picks on is when you're getting a laugh, don't look at the floor, and that's something I'm really bad at. When the laugh's going, I look at the floor while I'm like kind of like thinking, and I'm just pacing, and I made sure that entire set, and I really think it benefited me. When there was laughter going on, I was making eye contact with people in the audience.
It's so good. Yep.
Yeah.
That is the way to do it. I got lucky that's just like my instinct is to like look around and just like gauge like who's laughing and how hard are they, like am I gonna move on, or like are they still laughing? Like that is.
Yeah, and you could see, like, if you watch the video, you can see a couple times I start to look down. I'm like, oh, well, almost like I'm falling asleep and like jolt real quick. I'm not
you
doing
just do the quick. Yeah.
But I gotta say, Christine Hurley, absolute sweetheart. I don't know if you've had the pleasure of meeting her.
Yep.
But holy shit,
Absolute
she's like
sweetie.
the nicest person ever.
Yeah. There's a couple comics in Boston where everyone will be like, I dare you to find somebody with something bad to say, and Christine's one of them.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'd say most of the Boston headliners, especially the old school ones, nobody has anything bad to say about them. Bjork, Tony V, Sweeney, Lenny Clark, Christine Hurley, Ken
Getting
Rogerson.
dangerous. You're gonna leave somebody out, and then everyone's gonna be like, he's an
Well, this
asshole.
is my point. There's so many of them that are just so nice.
Yeah.
And, I don't know what that is about. Like, have you ever worked with a comic who wasn't a headliner, or maybe he's a feature actor? Maybe he is just starting to dabble into headlining, but you do a show with them, and they're just kind of like, I want nothing to do with you.
I have we'll call him a friend, a 10-year open mic comic. 10 years. Still doing open mics. Still not getting booked on showcases. Aggressive towards... There's a crowd member 2 Wednesdays ago. They were doing crowd work, and he was like, oh, you didn't laugh at that? To the crowd, and the guy was like, you're not funny. And all the other comics laughed, because like we were like, I get it, dude. Like, so yeah, I have a couple people where I'm like, listen, you're just abrasive. Like, you're just kind of a dick, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
man, do you watch Only Sunny in Philadelphia?
I've seen a bunch of it. I am so far behind on like the newer seasons, but
Do you know who Charlie Day is?
yeah.
he was in Boston last night, tonight, and tomorrow. By the time this comes out, it'll be last weekend. But he has a new whiskey or liquor or something. So he was pouring shots at bars in Boston. So I went out last night way too late. And then I woke up this morning, I couldn't find my work laptop. Whole separate issue. But I was out in Boston last night, and he was pouring shots and just, like, drinking, having fun. If I edit this, I'll remember to put in the photo. Like, he was taking selfies with everybody. It was
so you get to meet him.
Fun. Yeah, no, we fully met him. One of my friends in comedy, Sarah King, great woman. Check her out. She's fantastic. Was like, hey, can you do a tight 5? And he was like, I'll do a tight 5 if you do a tight 5. And he sat there and listened to about 2.5 minutes of her tight 5. Like, proper sat there, ignored everyone else at the bar, and listened to it. And I was like,
that's awesome.
That's crazy. That's a guy who has no reason to sit here and listen to a 3-month open mic comic do a tight 5. But he was so sweet. But no, I forget what you said that reminded me of that. But that was last night, and I was. Like,
we were just talking about like wicked nice headliners, you know.
Oh yeah, he was super nice. That was the conclusion. Was like super nice fucking dude.
Yeah. Does he do? I didn't even know he did stand up.
He doesn't do stand up. He just like is just a funny guy. I'm sure he's you know he's got. I'm sure it was stuff he wrote at some point or whatever. But
there's some random people that I never knew did stand up before, and so I started listening to Kill Tony from episode 1 on, and I'm at like episode 127 or something like that.
Yeah,
and I never knew Roddy Piper did stand up.
He did?
He was a regular at the Comedy Store. Yeah.
No shit.
Ron Jeremy did stand up. You have to know Ron Jeremy.
Whoa. I know Ron Jeremy. I had no idea he did stand up.
Yeah.
That is
but it's just funny.
There's
so many people like that. Like just.
I'm waiting for you to say like The Undertaker or Kane or something. Like this is world shattering.
Even the Undertaker, I couldn't see him doing stand up. Like, you know, obviously he had the kayfabe thing until he retired, so he was very quiet, very whatever. Once he retired, he opened up, but he still doesn't have a personality.
Yeah, like he has a podcast.
He doesn't have like that outgoing. I'm gonna stand up here and tell you jokes. Type of, you know, I could see Kane doing it though.
He's the mayor. He's very political.
What's that?
He's the mayor of some town in Texas or whatever. Like. He's a very, like, he can wine and dine you, which you don't expect from, you know, the Brothers of Hell or whatever they were called. But
yeah, the Brothers of Destruction.
Brothers of oh man, that just took me back. I almost spent a shocking, I just went to Chapel Row in New York City, so it cost me probably $1,300 to go. Don't regret a thing, it was fantastic. I love Chapel, she is my favorite of all time, no close seconds. But it got me thinking about John Cena's retirement tour. And I was like, man, I might spend too much money to go watch him at TD Garden for the final time. Like, he's going to Kowloon's after. I think I'm going to Kowloon's. I think that's...
And a lot of the wrestlers used to go there. They probably still do, I guess.
Mark Henry does, like, a book signing every couple months. Yeah, we'll talk
he was an
there.
impressive one. Mark Henry? You know, he dubbed himself, you know, the strongest man in the world. He didn't actually win it. So people were calling him out on that, and he went to Vince McMahon. He's like, "Hey, I
saw this TikTok today," and Vince McMahon was like, "I'll let you do it, but like, just so you know, there's no place for the second strongest man." Like, I saw that TikTok today. Yeah, he crushed. What got me was like the 175-pound like barbell, but it was like you could only put like 2 fingers, like it was like 2 inches wide, so you could just like. It's essentially be like if you lift a person up by fingering them, like that was the.
Yeah, there was a thing in WWE where he was going to interfere in a cage match
with the
and
chain.
It was padlocked.
Yes,
but they fucked up the padlock and they really locked it. He was supposed to.
They forgot to like saw it or whatever. Like, to, like, nick it,
and he was like, "Oh fuck, this thing's really not." You know, set up to break. Oh well, and he just broke it anyways.
Yeah, he was like, I was so mad, I just ripped it apart in frustration of like, how could you forget to, you know, put the little nick in? I'm not now, but I was a huge WWE fan. Are you watching the Netflix documentary?
I'm not.
You gotta watch it, dude.
I'm not. I need to. Yeah, I used to. I was a big, you know, Attitude Era and before. With the Ruthless Aggression Era popped in, I kind of fell off, but.
Yeah, it's a little while to watch, you know, Triple H of DX be like the guy in the suit that's like the executive, but it's so goddamn good. They talk about like John Cena's heel turn and like all of the background stuff, everything that was the quiet part said out loud kind of thing. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think it's cool, but I also do like the idea of kayfabe, where wrestlers would go to the same restaurant, but they wouldn't sit together, even if they were best friends. If they were enemies on screen, they took that through their life.
To this day, Rey Mysterio and his son Dominic, I think, in public, they will never talk to each other, eat together, or whatever. And then they'll have Christmas together, like family events. But if it's not, behind the confines of somebody's personal dwelling, it's like they fully. You'll see an interview and they'll ask like his son about his father, and he'll be like, "Oh, you mean that deadbeat piece of shit?" And then they'll like go get Thanksgiving dinner together. I do love that. I respect that.
Yeah, I tried to get back into wrestling a little bit, and just didn't really get into it. But I did enjoy Dominic Mysterio. He's just so good at making people hate him.
Yeah, he's so good. I hope I remember to either edit this or send it to you. But I have so many photos of me it was peak John Cena, Randy Orton beef. And like for my birthday, my family brought me to the Dunkin' Donuts Center, and it was going to be Cena versus Orton for like the WWE title or something. And my family is like divided down the middle at the Uno's or Chili's or whatever before the show. And we're like, the whole right side is like John Cena merch, and the whole left side is Randy Orton merch, and we were like not talking to each other. And I was 9 or whatever.
Yeah, that's
took
funny.
That shit seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss liking wrestling.
I know.
So it was like my world, When you sound like you were in the same boat.
Yeah. I quit Boy Scouts because Boy Scouts went till 8:30 every Monday, and Monday Night Raw started at 8, so I always missed the first 30 or 45 minutes. I fully quit the Boy Scouts because of Monday Night Raw.
No shit.
I loved it. And I fell off hard, but I don't know. I don't know why I fell off. Got old, I guess.
I've been,
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Yours is probably more in line with what we were talking about than what mine was.
Kind of. Speaking of getting old, 25. I just turned 25 last weekend when I went to chapel. That was on my birthday. Thank you. And I'm like, man, this is my last like fun birthday. Like, I can rent a car. That's like the most fun thing. My next birthday, I have to get off my parents' insurance, and after that, it's just like boring ass birthdays. Yeah. So I'm like, I need to get into something like I need to get into WWE. I need to get into something where I'm like staying young, staying hip.
Yep.
I can't figure out what 67 means.
I don't know either.
I Googled it too, and I read the Google, and I was like, I still don't know.
I don't know.
But kids, I need something to keep me young. I know I can't.
My son came home the other day, and he was upset. He was like, "Daddy," he's like, "kids are taking their thumbs off," and I was like, "What?"
This
taking
thing?
Their thumbs off. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, was it this thing? And I did it, and he freaked out. He started crying.
I flipped out the first time I saw that, dude.
Yeah, I was like, "Buddy, this."
And I wasn't young. Real. I was like 10. Yeah.
Well, he's 6. I mean, not too far off. But I showed him. I was like, "Buddy, look, this is where I put my thumb here. I do this," and he freaked out. He was like, "Stop showing me! I don't want to see it." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Buddy, you are really overreacting. Like, you're gonna have a really hard time once I explain transgenders to you."
Yeah. When I explain a breast reduction surgery, you're gonna really fucking lose it, dude.
Yeah. But,
there's one local comic who's that flipped me out. It was my half brother's dad. So one of my mom's former husbands. He was picking up my half brother one day and was like, two things. He was like, "Yo, how many fingers do you have?" And I was like 10. He was like, "Nah, you got 8. Thumbs aren't fingers." To this day, I don't know if that's even. I don't think that's true, but like, that was so fucked me up that I was like that.
I think the answer is nobody gives a shit.
Nobody cares.
You're all set.
And then Yeah, and then he was like, "You want to see something while I can do it with my thumb?" And he did that. That kept me up for like 4 days, dude. That was crazy. I wish I would have been. I was probably 8, something like that at the time. So all that to say, I'm with your son on that one. That one,
Yeah,
gave me nightmares.
he was mortified. Absolutely mortified.
Wait till he sees the version where you got like the fake thumb, like the little fake half of a thumb. He'll
Oh my god.
cry.
He's been getting, I don't want to say picked on, but like he goes to the after school program and there's like third graders there and they kind of torture him a little bit.
Yeah.
And one of them was chasing him around. I probably shouldn't even say this, but he was like, "Stop, leave me alone, leave me alone." And the kid just kept chasing him and he didn't like it. He get to the point where he turned around and said, "Leave me the fuck alone." Now, where he learned that word, I'm not going to tell you. We did go through a
that's
phase
fine.
where we had to try to make him try to forget it. He does really well. He'll use it like if he stubs his toe.
Oh, that's fair.
Fuck! And we're like, all right,
Yeah.
I get it, but please don't. Please don't.
Yeah. Not at school, dude. That was growing up. It was like that's a not at school word.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's really good. He never uses it out of the house, so that kid must have really, really bugged him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was, kids are something, man, I'll tell you.
They're crazy.
Having kids,
I got don't got kids, but I got 10 siblings. So I have from 29 to 18 months. Like that's my range.
You have an 18-month-old sibling?
Yep, maybe 18. He might be closer to 12 months.
I mean, that's a big margin of error for a 1-year-old.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's half of his life.
Yeah, 18 years and 18 months.
Yeah, he's either 17 or 18. No, he's... Yeah. He can't talk. He doesn't talk. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, keep it that way.
Crazy. I know, dude.
So is this kid your mother's kid or your father's kid?
My father and my stepmom, and I gotta walk a tight line here. Very rarely will I not share something.
Yeah, so your dad was just out there slinging dick.
Next question.
Is your dad in the polycule?
Man, once he told me this, so I'll say it. I don't give a fuck. My dad was living. We called it the suicide apartment. It was an apartment above a garage above a 2-car garage. Sorry, and I found out later it was like $300 a month, but it was that cheap because the guy before had killed himself in the garage. He had hung himself in the garage, but my grandmother was paying
You
the
get a
rent
discount
for him.
that?
Apparently, at the time at least.
If anyone needs
it was also I'm not fucking around.
Out of control.
It was probably 2 blocks away from the house that my dad and my mom had when they lived together. Like, it was maybe 2 blocks. It was right next door. But my step-grandfather, my dad's stepdad, came over one day to drop off the rent check or whatever, and just, according to him, he walked in, and there was tarp everywhere, and then just, like, dildos as if it was the Navy SEALs laying out weapons. Like, just 400, like they were everywhere and they were like perfectly laid out, aligned parallel to each other. And my step grandfather just walked in, saw it, and was like, "What the fuck?" and dropped the check on the ground and just walked away.
So your dad's also OCD.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's where I get that from.
Yeah. He's like
Yeah,
measuring
he is.
the inches, not of the dildos, but the space between.
I would not be surprised if he had like spray painted out like lines to put them. He is.
He's like, what do they call that?
S5.
To make everything,
Literally, yeah.
ideal.
It's a coordinate grid. It's like A through Z, 1 through 20.
Jeez.
So yeah, to answer your question, that my family is, I come from my family. We can leave it at that. No pun intended. No pun intended.
So how many siblings in total do you have?
11. 10.
And so
Sorry,
is
10.
it like a pretty much even split between your dad and your mom?
My mom. I have one full sibling, one half sibling, and the rest are step. My mom's on her 4th marriage, and my dad.
Oh, so they're steps. So like your mom wasn't pushing out kids, and your dad wasn't.
Yeah. So like they've cycled in and out throughout my life of like sometimes there were 6 of us in the house, sometimes there were 2. It is what it is.
It was like Survivor. You made it though. Like
Yeah. Hey, it's
still
clear.
there.
I am the clear favorite child and most successful. For being honest. with you.
So the 12-month-old, that's your half child.
Yeah.
So your dad like restarted.
He's a
that
half
clock
sibling.
like crazy.
Yeah. So actually, sorry. It's one full, one step, and the rest are halves. So it's all halves, basically.
So you're blood related to all of them.
Yes, I'm blood related to all except, I think 1. You lose track, honestly, if I'm being fully honest with you.
See, back in the day, like my grandfather had 14 siblings, right?
Jeez.
And I think the reason, back then was like you're gonna lose a few. You need to pad the numbers.
That is a literal thing in international development that I have to deal with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like poor countries have more kids because you're like, fuck, 1 in 10's getting like, tuberculosis or whatever, like, whatever it is.
Yeah. So who has more related children, your mom or your dad? So
my dad.
Your dad has.
My mom only has 3 kids. My dad has 4 or 5. And then my stepmom has... I gotta watch myself. They might watch this. My stepmother has a decent amount of kids from a previous relationship that went south. There are currently bullet holes in my dad's house from prior stepmom relationships. And it's times like this where I'm thinking, like, I gotta be the only NASA employee who has to go to their dad's house and they, like, have duct tape covering up bullet holes from when their stepdad or ex-stepdad...
Duct tape? How old are these bullet holes?
At least a decade.
And they haven't fixed it aside from duct tape?
My dad's a big one project at a time guy. Yeah, literally put some fucking yellow spray foam inside. Like, I don't know. And my dad he did general contracting for like a decade. Like, he's fully capable. He's literally currently, like, he gutted his whole floor, or his whole first floor, and, like, put in new beams and everything. Like, fully capable. And I'm like, buddy, fill the fucking holes in. And then he put up like a security camera, but then didn't plug it in. But he was like, this will deter him. I was like, what are you going to... Like, what is this for?
Do you think the police could deter him? Did you think about calling...
Literally. How about a restraining order? How about staying 500 fucking yards away? Like...
I have so many questions, but I'm going to watch myself.
Listen. I will watch myself. I understand. Every time I tell people these stories, they're like, that whole side of the family, I'm just like, I'll tell you, but you're going to be shocked. You're going to be genuinely fucking shocked.
And not an episode goes by where I don't lay down in bed and go, what the fuck did we just talk about? So.
You're like, is Jeremy okay?
Yeah, those are behind the scenes conversations sometimes between Anthony and I. Do we need to adopt him?
Yeah. We're gonna adopt Jeremy, pay for his tuition, and then take away his dildos. I started using a clear backpack this week, like, just to go to shows and shit, and everyone's like, oh, where are the dildos? I'm like, you bring a dildo... I was gonna say 1 show, but you bring a dildo to about 7 shows, and now no one lets you forget it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty clear. Did that come from Anthony throwing them around on stage and the word just spread, or did you just openly show it to everybody, like, check this out?
I didn't. So the first time they came out, I mentioned it on stage jokingly, and people started chanting, dildo, dildo. And I was like, all right, I'm going to bring it out. I'm a showman. I can respect that. That was on Tuesday, and then, like, that next Wednesday, I think, Anthony brought him out on stage unrelated. So then I became the dildo guy. When I get invited, the guy, I sent you this video, but Nick Rigoretti is a local comic. He brings me up every time when he's hosting, as the bit being, like, I get so emotional watching this guy host. Every time I see him host, he reminds me of the first time I did stand-up comedy. His alternative being, when I'm hosting and he's ending a set, he'll be like, "Now give it back up for your host with the most dildos in his backpack." And every time he does it, I'm like, "That's funny, but like, I gotta move past this, dude. I have to move past
Yeah.
this."
Yeah. I don't know how you move past that.
I know it's hard, but it got so many laughs in the moment. I don't regret it. Like, people were like literally crying, laughing, and I'm like, all right, if I got a whole audience crying, laughing, or 80% of them, like, I'll take dildo guy. I'll take that mantra, which is how I know I really love comedy. Where I'm like, I'll do it for the bit, dude. I'll do whatever for the bit.
Yeah. I don't know that. There's stuff I would not do for the bit. I just don't know what it is. You have to present it to me, you know?
So I saw a question. I don't know why this reminded me. You get $50,000 per back shot, but you're receiving. So you just got to take 50 grand every time. But how many are you doing?
What is back shot? There's loads on your back?
Taking it in the ass, essentially.
50 grand a load?
Per stroke. So like,
Oh. Get the guy that can last the longest. I'm a fucking rich bitch.
yeah. So yes, literally, that was my math.
Thrust. Are you kidding me?
That was exactly I sent it to my best friend. He was like, "You're gonna have to pry that dude off me, dude. I swear, I'm gonna have generational wealth by the time I'm done with it."
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna
Musk
be
would
a
be like,
Vanderbilt.
Jesus Christ, I'm running out of money here. Okay.
Yeah, literally.
You coming back tomorrow? I don't...
Okay, I'm happy we're on the same page. I wasn't expecting you to be there, but yeah, I saw that video on TikTok earlier a couple days ago, and I was like, "Damn, dude! Like, it's not even a question. I'd have a house. I'd have everything. My great grandkids would have a house, cash."
That's where my dick talk joke came from. I saw a TikTok video of a guy saying, "Would you suck a dick for $10 million?" He's like, "No." And I was like, "That's bullshit. Of course you would."
My aunt, I was driving up to her house in her vacation house in Maine, and it came up. She was, I don't know how it came up, but with my aunt, she was like, essentially, how much would it cost you to suck a dick? And I'm like, $20. I probably said 50, and she was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "You could probably talk me down to 20. Like, you can talk me down." And now for Christmas, almost every year, she buys me. She either buys me or threatens to buy me a shirt that says "I'm not gay, but $20 is $20." And I'm like, this is what my family expects of me, and I respect that.
Yeah.
She also, I do.
$20 is a little low for me.
She,
20 is a little low.
my argument being the hourly rate. I'm like, it's what, 5-10 minutes of work, $20 an hour. It is what it is. She also on the same trip tried to convince me that Mexicans are immune to pepper spray because they eat a lot of spicy foods growing up. Like, wholeheartedly, this was probably 11 years ago. To this day, she believes this. You can't reason with that. I do a bit about it.
She actually believes it. She wasn't trying to mess with you. She believes it.
No, she was not doing it. No. I was laughing, and then she was like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "That's funny." And she was like, "No, like, they grow up eating, like, jalapenos or whatever. Like, Mexicans are immune to pepper spray." And then I started going, I was like, only Mexicans? Like, what about a Puerto Rican? Or Colombian? Or Ecuadorian? Or Chilean? Like, she was like, "Nah, Mexicans." And I was like, "Immune. Like, they can spray them, and they won't get hurt." And she was like, "Yeah, they don't care." And I was like, I don't know where to go from here, right, dude? I don't know, like, what am I supposed to do?
There's a joke there somewhere. There's something else that somebody else...
I got a bit about it, yeah.
Hold on.
That's actually a great way to take that bit. Yep.
I don't know if you could hear it. My dog was chewing on a bone. And
I did not, but...
Oh, you didn't? Dude, I hit all I could focus on. I had to take it away. You get it back in a few minutes. But
I do the same thing with Teddy, where I'm like, I'll be in work meetings. It's so fucking loud in person. I don't know, like Teams and Zoom, they don't hear it, but like in person, I'll be like, I cannot hear you, like who I'm talking to.
Yeah, it's like, you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Of course.
Yeah, the episode where they have like the things.
Oh, where it's like once you break that, like, or once you realize, like,
Yeah, like
that
Lily's
you choose
like a
too
lab
loud or
chewer
she
and
talks
shit.
loud. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, 100%,
Yep.
100%. I've been talking about How Much Your Mother a lot recently because I was watching a show recently where it was perfect to the end, and I was like, it's not How I Met Your Mother. That fucking last season, but the last episode specifically, where I'm like, they fucked that up. They just botched it. Barney should have ended up with Robin. Ted should have ended up with the mom. Ted going back to Rob, it bothers me so much.
Yeah.
I had a friend visit me in the hospital. They worked in the hospital, so they visited me after their shift every day. And we just like shit on How I Met Your Mother, House, like all the sitcom kind of thing.
I used to love House. The problem with House was it was so formulaic.
Yeah, within the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds before the end, he's gonna figure out the cure. He's gonna burst into the room.
So this is fun. My bathroom, I can keep it shut all the time because my toilet paper roll thing, it isn't like the spring-loaded thing. It moves up on one side. It's like a hinge. And this little asshole will go get it. And he will tear the cardboard out in the middle, eat it, and then he rips apart the toilet paper.
Oh my god.
Yep, it's his favorite thing to do.
Dogs, we don't give them credit. They are so smart, and when they figure something out, they like...
He's not smart. He's not smart at all.
Hey, he probably can
He's
get
lovable.
that... I love that. He can probably get that toilet paper off, though, faster than I can, so...
Dude, it's seconds.
Like James
And
Bond.
he does it quietly.
Yeah.
So he is pretty smart. He does it quietly. Like, we don't know. But
When they have incentive, they're very smart. Like Teddy... He figures out the most random shit, like... He's like, oh, I found out where we store the peaches. And then, like, I have to, like, now child-proof that cabinet with, like, the little zip tie shit. Because it's like, oh, now he goes in the peaches cabinet and just, like, bite into the can, cut it open, and eat a quart of peaches. And, like, one, that's not good for him. Two, he's going to cut his mouth. And then I'm like, I didn't get a child... I got a vasectomy for a goddamn reason. I don't want kids.
have you ever seen the musical artist Peaches?
Yes.
Jesus. The vaginoplasty video. Do you ever watch the video?
No,
The
I
guys
don't
in
know
the
what you're talking
vagina
about.
suits flapping
I
their
can
lips.
picture it, but...
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
man.
wild.
Vagina
Absolutely
I'm
wild.
for sure Googling that after this.
So yeah, so you said you got six shows coming up this week. So this is going to come out on Monday. So you're going to be doing those shows this week.
Yep, so I got Monday's Moxie, Tuesday is Comedy Studio, Wednesday is The Point, Thursday I have off, Friday is Wicked Funny, and where's the brewery we're at? Wicked Funny Comedy Contest, round 2, I forgot the name.
The Navigation Brewery.
Navigation, yep. And then
Yep.
Saturday I am at Castle Island, I think, and then Sunday I'm at Grand 10.
Very nice. Very nice.
Fucking crushed that. I'm so excited. I usually forget all of those.
Are you going to come to 19 Carter?
Is that on Monday?
That's the Monday, a week
Next-
from when this drops. Yep.
Yes, I
6th.
signed up. It's in my calendar. Just to make it easy for y'all, I emailed the account. And I was like, "Hey, just
That's right. I
I'm
remember
happy
that.
to come."
I remember
And
that.
then Anthony shoots me back. He's like, "Oh, we're being all professional now," and I'm like, "Buddy, I'll just show up. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll show up, and I know you guys will feel bad enough to put me on." But
Yeah, it's filling up. Last week, last month rather, was really good. We were 100%
Yeah.
full.
I was so
Really
mad to
good.
be in the hospital. I was fighting my nurses and doctors to try to get out on Sunday so I could make it on Saturday or Monday. Sorry.
I got sick last week. Just like a sore throat for a day, but and then one day I went home from work early, a couple hours. Just not feeling horrible, just enough where I'm like I can't concentrate. I'm not helping anybody. I need to go home and just sleep for a couple hours before I have to do adult stuff. But I've had a cough for a week and a half now.
I hate a cough, dude. I hate
Yeah,
it.
and the worst thing is when you're going on stage. I'm doing the 15-minute sets. But there's a thing, Anthony said this, there's a thing called stage health. Where you go on stage, and no matter what you have going on, people just like, I feel good performing, and then you get off stage and you're just like a piece of shit again.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. But I did both sets without even a tickle in my throat last week. But I drove there coughing up, hacking up a lung. Like, just the tickle in my throat, just, the whole thing. It's wild. It's wild what the brain can do.
Crazy. It's like the adrenaline rush, like, I don't know how else to, like, a Michael Jordan flu game kind of thing, of like, your body will ignore it for that time, and when you're done, it's like 10 times worse. Like,
yeah,
you can clearly tell that your body ignored it, and now you have to like deal with the buildup of it. But it's great.
Yep.
Or I'll be dripping sweat because I was setting up, right before the mic or whatever it is, and I just like get on stage and it goes great, and then afterwards I'm like pouring sweat again, got a fever. I'm gonna smoke about 4.5 cigs probably. It is what it is, but. Where are you coming up soon?
So I don't really have much going on in October at the moment. Doing 19 Carter, obviously. I have Wicked Funny on the 17th. I was supposed to have a show at Crosstown in Haverhill on the 25th, but I think it was 25th or 22nd, I forget what it was. But that got potentially canceled because Crosstown doesn't want the shows on Saturdays anymore. So Freddie Sabelli is trying to find a new location for it.
Gotcha.
So we'll see.
I got one show that I co-produce and with Richie Welch, and I have not gotten booked on it all summer. I produce a show, and then people be like, "Oh, are you coming?" And I'm like, "Nope, can't get booked." I'm like, "Fuck, dude."
But yeah, I didn't. I haven't really been pushing to try to get stuff because it's just kind of been. I don't know. This sounds shitty, but it's just kind of like falling in my lap. You know what I mean? I was just getting, between certain people. Like, hey, what are you doing this day? What are you doing that day? What are you doing this day? What are you doing that day? So I haven't really been trying to force anything. But now that October's coming, I'm like, oh, I have nothing. I feel like I feel left out.
Yeah.
So,
and now that we're done with summer, we're done with writing season. We have to like actually get back to it. So.
Yep. So I'll probably be doing some open mics, or maybe I'll take the time and just go to shows. That's fine too. That's fine with me too.
You're always welcome at the Point anytime.
Yeah, I like
we haven't done the
Point's a good spot. I did the Point when Cam Morton ran it.
When Cam so
yeah, it's a cool spot. Last time I did the Point, I was running late. I think I had like a meeting or something, and Cam was like, "Oh, I'll put you on later." So that's Anthony was there. He texted me. He's like, "Yeah, you're right after me." I was like, "All right, cool." I was like, I guess still got some time. So I parked, and I'm like standing at I parked across the street, and I'm standing at the sidewalk, and I look up, and I see Anthony on stage, and I know I'm going up right after him. So my fat ass runs across the street, runs up the stairs. I'm out of breath.
At the Haymarket garage, I know exactly where you parked, dude. That's a brutal.
Yep.
It's not a direct like down an elevator and over. You gotta like. Go to the other side of the garage or whatever the fuck it is,
Yeah, so I get up to the top of the stairs as I hear Anthony doing his closing line at the time. And I was like, oh my god, I just made it. And Cam he didn't go up on stage and bring people up or do time. He's just boom, boom, boom. He sat at the stage and he's like, oh good, you're up. And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, Wayne Russell. And I went up and I was, it was the worst set I had in such
dripping
a long time.
Sweat, I'm sure.
Dripping sweat. I was out of breath. My timing was off because I couldn't breathe.
There.
It was one of those things.
And you're so self-conscious in your head.
Oh yeah, I was so in my head, and this was like it was still brand new too. I took the mic stand and I moved it, and it was like on the edge, and it started to fall, and I grabbed. It was just this whole fucking.
That's exactly what happened. That was at the point where they were like put on the edge, and that because they have their own stage. So you see, it's not a huge stage; it's like 3 feet by 3 feet or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man,
that is a fun place to go. That's still on Tuesdays.
Wednesdays now.
Oh, it's Wednesdays?
Wednesdays, 7 o'clock. Yeah, anytime you want to go, I'll fit you in. Anyone who's listening to, we have an Eventbrite. Get to the Point is the name of the event. If you take Google Eventbrite, Get to the Point, but also just message me and I'll get you on. We have a great time. We have a spotlight. We have backlighting. We get bankrolled by Richie Welch, which is nice. Richie's got nepotism money and nothing better to spend it on, so we have like 3 spotlights, 2 different microphones, probably 5 different speakers, depending on how many people are there, where the stage is, all that shit. So like, we have a good time, and we have backlights and all that shit. It's a good time.
It's good. Well,
Yeah.
definitely go check that out. And I'm gonna do it soon. And hit us up for spots in Berlin at 19 Carter.
Yes.
So
I think there's only a few people so far. I think that's what Anthony said. But.
yeah, I think we have 5 or 6 spots left. So we keep
Perfect.
it at I think 12.
It's a great
And then we have a
number.
few spots off to the side for like myself, Anthony, Jacques, if we want to go up, and then the host, and then we're not all there all the time, so those extra spots are just walk-ins if there's spot if there's room rather. But
Yeah, if Katrobus comes up, you're not going to be like, sorry, man.
yeah, no, he can go up. I'll allow it.
The all-knowing Wayne.
Speaking of Mike, real quick before we go, you've seen Mike perform, right?
Yes.
I gave him this props. I said this was like massive. And obviously, Mike is pro. He's an incredible
The
comedian.
consummate professional, yeah.
But I was watching him at the Giggles show, and a lot of his bits are at the point where I can mouth them. Like
You did this to me at the New Hampshire show.
Who's that?
You did this to me at the New Hampshire
Oh, yes,
show?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know a lot of his punchlines. I know how he says them, whatever. And he has one where he takes a breath and he becomes a little emasculated and he puts his hands over his mouth and he's just like,
Yeah.
And usually it's a quick little, but this time the crowd loved it and he just kept it going for like 3 times longer. And I was like, how long is he gonna go? It was, and I got to him after. I was like, Mike, I was wondering how far you were going to take that. He goes, dude, I could have sat up there for like 20 minutes and done that. They were laughing the whole time. It's like I just had to go, like
Yeah.
But it was. So I guess I'll say that as kind of a maybe a tip. And that's how I learned something from that. Play into that shit. If you're on stage
100%.
and people are loving something, don't be afraid to push it a little bit, right?
Lean in.
Mike did, and it paid off really big.
Milk every
No
joke.
words.
Milk every punchline. Milk whatever. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Also-
and the best thing was that was no words.
No.
It was an act out, and it just people just kept going, boom, boom, boom. It was incredible. I gave him huge props on that. Not that props from me mean anything for
No,
a
to Mike,
30-year tenured comic, but
I remember
it was,
actually any major comic I've seen, like I heard Tom Segura, Bill Burr, Jerry Seinfeld, like hundreds of other comics, I'm sure, but those I know I've heard it from, where it's like people ask, like, oh, how do you know if a comic's going to make it or not? And he's like, I don't know if they're going to make it or not, but I know everybody who makes it. I've seen them at some point, and they will essentially beat a dead horse. Like, they will milk a joke until it's done. And like, that is so what this is. And Mike recognized that in the moment because he's that good. Like, he just recognized a little bit. Whatever. I also want a huge shout out, Mike. November 28th, I'm doing Nick's comedy stop. I keep doing that. Mike's headlining. I'm doing Nick's. I am hosting or opening. I'm not sure. Don't know who the rest of the lineup is, but great fucking dude. He messaged me 3 months. He was like 3 months ago. He was like, "You can do it. Like, I'll get you on." And then he messaged me a couple days ago and was like, "Didn't forget. When do you want to do it?" And I was like,
that's awesome.
So
Yeah, good for you, man.
I'm so fucking hyped. I'm a huge Bill Burr fan. Like, he's my all-time favorite comic, and that's where he started.
I remember
obviously the Knicks story goes great. The deep.
I think it was the last time, either the first time or the last time I did Knicks. I've only done it twice. But one of the 2 times, the night after, or the day after, I was listening to, or I was flipping through like TikTok or something, and Bill Burr came on some podcast. There was a clip of him talking about being at Knicks and the bouncers, and he told this story about the bouncers were bored because nothing was going on, so they just picked one guy. They were like, you know what, you're fucking out of here. And the guy's like, what'd I do? And they just picked him up and threw him out on the Washington Street, and it was awesome because I was like, man, I was just there and I could picture the entire thing,
Yeah.
it was incredible.
You
It
can
was
just
incredible to hear
picture
that.
in your head that dude landing on the concrete, just like
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
man.
Sammy, just talking shit the whole time.
oh yeah, for sure. That's so funny to imagine. Like, Mishi. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, Mishi, Matt Mishi. Yep.
Yeah, Matt Mishi just being like, and stay out or whatever the fuck. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
oh, that is so good. So yeah, just wanted to shout out Mike while you reminded me of it. Like, fucking real dude.
Nice, cool. Well, anything else before we wrap it up?
No, I'm on stage every night, at least once a night. Got Knicks. I got nothing if you got nothing.
I got nothing. All right, see you next time.